All right, hey my favorite people, and welcome to day 24 of the 30-day journey. As you can see, I'm back in the lab. It's been a busy week. Today's been pretty good to me and pretty busy. So today I want to touch on being an alchemist. So for today's topic, it's been a lot that I finally was like, let me go ahead and do this topic and put it out for discussion. So thanks for joining me. Stay tuned. Let's kick this next episode. All right, everyone. So yes, day 24 of the 30-day journey. I cannot believe I have posted on YouTube 24 times at this point as far as the journey goes. It's really exciting to see the accomplishments, to see the dedication, and just me staying consistent. I know I missed a couple days here and there, but I would double up, or y'all understood I needed a break. But anyways, thanks for joining Janae with the Melanin Talk. Today we want to hop into being an alchemist. All right, so what exactly is an alchemist? So what's crazy is, before I give you, the definition of it, for my entire life, anytime I've went through some type of traumatic experience, some type of pain, some type of hurt, something crazy, I thought it was normal to just, heal by turning that pain into a passion and doing something. So for example, whenever I got into some tough situations that actually hurt my feelings or just really were tough on me, I would in turn take on some type of hobby or do something different that would push me into a positive force. So I always say, or I've always said, I take what's negative thrown at me and I push it out in a positive way. I try to preach that to my kids. Whatever negative energy comes your way, you push it out and make it positive. Been doing that my whole life since I was young and started feeling hurt and trauma and pain. Little did I know this whole time that was examples of being an alchemist. So lately, in the last year or so, especially in the last 2 to 3 months, my mentors, or I told y'all I do tarot cards, I get tarot readings. I have a lot of friends who are intuitive and who are in the tarot community, and they're just spiritually awoken. They would always tell me, when they would come up in the readings, you're an alchemist. They would always use the term alchemist, alchemist, alchemist. So even more so in the last few months, I've been like, all right, let me look into it. So yeah, I've been doing this my whole life and thought that's just how life went, to be honest. It's crazy. So basically, an alchemist is someone who transforms things for the better. Alchemy in general is going to be altering and the transferring of the properties when it comes to the physical world. As far as in the spiritual world, so spiritual alchemy is going to be connected to freeing your spirit self from your fears, limiting the belief systems, and the lack of acceptance. So alchemy is the art of transformation, inner liberation, and change in general. So in the past, duties of alchemists were to purify, mature, and perfect certain materials, such as a base metal and turning them into gold. So taking the smaller things and turning them into something larger than life. That would be a good example of what their job was back in the day. The creation of elixirs of immortality, just creating something to cure a disease. It's transforming something into something completely beautiful. So the power or process that changes or transforms something in a mysterious and an impressive way. I think those are amazing definitions of what I thought was normal in life. So here I am thinking it's something basic. No, like literally it's my superpower. So that's what I'm gonna call it. I'm like, me being an alchemist, that's my superpower right there. So in the spiritual world, typically people that vibrate higher on higher levels and are elevated, you would consider them alchemists. So for alchemists, we have perfected creation, destruction, letting go, and turning it into something beautiful. So yeah, I've done a lot of taking my pain and turning it into power. And I really thought that was normal. Like, hey, it's like, oh, I didn't make it over here, or I failed at this. So what can I do to, you know, turn that negative into a positive? Like, who would have known? So it's such a great feeling. It's such a huge happiness. It's such a fulfillment turning pain into power for me. I'm really highly self-aware and highly vibrational. And, you know, I tend to be creative. I like to do a lot of creative things. You know, for example, with nails, I love to just do a lot of creative stuff and stay busy. So another thing that I'm capable of, and a lot of people, now that you know the real meaning of it, they can transmute things into something that is very highly beneficial. So I guess I'll give an example, a general example. Let's say that you went through a traumatic experience, or like a really sad situation where you had a falling out with a friend and it was just tough. Like, you had this friend, you thought they would never leave your life, best friends forever. You don't think things like you guys are gonna fall out. So they put your business out. Let's say that. They go put your business out. They do the unthinkable to you as a friend. Instead of you doing the tit for tat or payback, you're gonna use all that negative energy that they threw at you or how your feelings were hurt, and you're gonna turn that into something positive. So you're gonna go out there and say, you know what? They hurt my feelings here, but what can I do in my creative mind to grow? For me, I was in my relationship, and anytime things went rough, I would say, okay, I'm going to accomplish a new goal. So yeah, one of the more recent times that my feelings were hurt in my past relationship, it's like I found out some things. Of course, they came to the light, and I sat and I was sad about it. But through my hurt, I was like, what can I do to grow? What can I do that's positive? I turned around, I went to school, I graduated earlier than expected, turned around, got my license. So this is how my esthetician business started up. It was a tough, sad, depressing time in my relationship for me. And what I did was take that and I fueled it to, oh, let me do something positive that's gonna make me feel good about myself, make me grow and make me excited. And then went in, I was sad, did my thing in school. Within a month, I had my certification to be an esthetician, passed my state board, and then I got my license with TDLR, and I got my new suite, my first suite, all within, had like 2 weeks of heartbreak, and in a month I said, oh, what am I going to do with this? And I turned it into that. So I'm so prideful about my business and things that I look back at like, dang, I really pushed through pain and made things happen. So I created a ball of all my negative energy and turned it into positive to push myself. And that's what I just do in general in life. And it's such an amazing and beautiful thing once you look at it and you realize that. Like, as humans, we all do go through pain. It's natural. But what we do after that pain is inflicted, it is a choice. So how aware of yourself are you exactly? That has a lot to do with which route you're going to take. If you're just going to stay and dwell and harp on it and be sad and keep that negative energy around you, or you're going to take that negative energy, ball it up, and turn it into something positive and grow and learn from it. For an alchemist, literally everything is a lesson and a push towards something new. That is how we view life. That's just how it goes. So there are two types of people in this world. So the two types of people in this world, when it comes to, looking at being an alchemist, you have your people who control their thought process, and then you have your people who are controlled by their thought process. So which one do you fall under? I just know my own experience. Like, I always tend to vibrate high. I may have a day where I'm just down, I'm isolated, I'm sad, I just don't have the energy when things don't go wrong, because that's the human in us. But when I wake up that next morning, it's like a ball of fire, a ball of positive fire of, girl, get up. It's time to transmutate that energy. And that's exactly how you look at it. Like, you are mutating that energy using your power, the power of vibrancy, and you use it in a positive way. What is more beautiful than that? Like, that in itself is a beautiful thing to do. You always want to apply that negative energy, turn it into positive to reach your goals. And one of the biggest things that I do always think about is there is no love without forgiveness. And it takes sometimes for us to elevate, or elevation requires separation. So how I look at everything in life is I'm consistently escalating on a daily basis. So unfortunately, yeah, there's some things that I come across, and I have come to the realization, it's taken some time and some years to know that not everything is meant to go with you when you elevate to each level. Relationships are a good example. Like, when you get into relationships, at that time of your life, you pull vibrations that are similar to what you're doing at that time. Relationships work when you both keep growing and growing and growing, and you elevate together and you stay on that level and move as one. Where they fail is one keeps elevating, the other sits stagnant. And that's when you know the difference between those lessons and what's meant to be for you. So that is all I got for today. Thank you for joining me as we discuss the life of an alchemist. Per usual, you guys, please like, please share, hop in my comments, subscribe if you haven't already. Just push my channel out. I didn't check my subscribers today, but I'll go ahead and get on that. I can say I've had a lot of traffic as far as comments, so thank you all for that. You have an amazing Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow.